Hello friends, and welcome to my annual Christmas home tour. My name is Mary, in case you're new to my channel, Rocky Mountain Gardens, and we're going to have a delightful tour I hope that you will enjoy today. So for some extra information, I am participating today in a collaboration that's being hosted by my friend Antoinette of Antoinette Decorating. And I'm going to link her channel down below in the description box, that you can find right below my video. So if you'd like to check out her channel, you can go ahead and click on that link. But additionally, there are quite a few creators here on YouTube that are joining this collaboration. And so if you'd like to get your fill of Christmas homes that are beautifully decorated, I'll have that link also down below in my description box. And you can click on that link and it will take you to a large playlist of videos to watch, at your leisure, or you can just binge on them all at once if you like. So I hope you enjoy my tour, and I have lots of new things to share with you today. And guys, don't you hope that you can look out your window soon and see this snow falling like on my television? This is a YouTube channel that I put up just for you to enjoy the snow while we tour. So let's jump right into it. Welcome to my homes, friends. And here is a picture of my living room area. We'll come in and do some close-ups of some of these special things that I have put out for you to see. This tree here in my living room is my vintage tree. And I have some of my oldest ornaments on here, some that were from family members, and some that are reproductions. Here's a picture of my two grandsons a few years ago. They are my favorites, these two little boys. Down below here for a tree skirt, I am using a thrifted Afghan with the colors of Christmas, white, red, and green. And you can also see my little red truck with Santa saying hello. And you can see my little red truck under this tree with Santa saying hello. Now over on the side here, this is a Goebel Santa from Germany, and he has a little angel at his shoulder. He's reading his Christmas list of who is naughty and who is nice. There's a crocheted doily under him. And when we step aside over here to the tree again, I wanted to be sure and share with you my Nuremberg angel at the top of the tree. Here she is. Let me give you a close-up of her little, very delicate face. Her hands and her head are made from wax. And I bought her at the Christkindlmarkt in Germany. If you're ever interested, I do have a video decorating this tree with all of my German ornament collection, and I will put it as a link in the description box below for you. And here is a kind of a neutral Santa that has a cute curly beard. He looks ready for the North Pole, doesn't he? Now on my cubby here, I have more of my thrifted little figures. And this Santa boot here was a Christmas gift from a friend of mine. Let's just walk along here and take a look at the shelf above my television set where I have another couple of Santas. And this is a lovely handmade nutcracker from Germany as well. That was a gift from my sister-in-law. Now coming down on my television here, we have a snow scene outside. I'm hoping it'll be like that for Christmas. How about you? And on the credenza below, I have several of these little figures who are from Germany as well. All handmade. And oh guys, I just adore these three little angels who are carrying various Christmas things. Aren't they darling? These are quite vintage and I was able to get them thrifting also. Another little figure, wooden figure handmade from Germany. And over on this table, well, I guess we just have lots of Santas this year, don't we? Here's another one. And oh, the smell of pine from this lovely candle kind of makes you think you have a real tree in the house. And I have pillows and a thrifted quilt and a thrifted throw right here on my couch. Perfect for snuggling when we're watching those lovely Christmas movies. Now looking over here to my stairway, I have it decorated with, of course, lots of lights, some strings of beads, and right here on this newel post is a little white basket hanging with some poinsettias, as you can see. And then down here, the newel post is decorated with some bells and of course Christmas bows. And going up my stairs, oh my goodness, I have a collection of some of Santa's elves and reindeers. And guys, up at the top on the landing right here is the man himself, Santa. Let's go walk up and take a closer look at him. What do you think? He's very real looking. Not quite life-size, but he is darling. I just love having him sit on this overstuffed chair up here on my landing. Can you see how detailed he is for the part? And now back at my door, I have some Christmas cheer here in this basket next to my front door. And then coming around here, I have a small shelf which is sporting several Christmas decorations. A Jingle Bells little golden book, some birdies, cardinals of course. And this apron right here actually belonged to my great aunts. Don't you love those family treasures and actually using them in your decor? And there's Santa who greets you as you come in my front door. So here we can see a full view of my dining room. And I have used a blue tree in this area with blue lights and ornaments, lots of icicles. We have a little white dove on top with silver, blue, and sparkling icicles, as I said. I actually had trouble with this tree this year. It was really odd. I could not find the stand for it. So I decided to go ahead and use a large crock to place it in, and then a smaller crock over here on the side. And I also put a little white squirrel here, a little Christmas squirrel on the tree skirt, which is pretty sparkly, as you can see. Oh. On my table, I have this set of green candles in my silver candle holders that are all either family pieces or they are gifts and thrifted. And pink poinsettias along with a ceramic birdhouse for all of our birdies. Guys, I don't know if you've been feeding your birds in your yard this year, but oh my, mine are just gobbling up all the food as fast as I can put it out. They are really acting as if they're starving to death. More pink poinsettias in an ice cream bucket. Again, I kept that ice cream bucket on a stool there this year in order to redecorate with Christmas florals and greens. Now, I've talked about this ceramic Christmas tree that I have here before. It is just a reproduction, but I did grow up with one of these ceramic trees in my house because my great aunts, Elizabeth and Catherine, spent a lot of time in the ceramic shop making those trees for everybody in our family. We have quite a large family, lots of aunts and uncles and cousins. What I'm showing you right here are the simpage carolers that are made here where I live in our town. And we have the man with the flute, the fat man, little girl with the bell, and over here on this side is the lady with the muff, a little dog, and the man with the lantern, and the man with the mandolin. And I got him especially to remember my dad, who actually played the mandolin. And here's the cabinet that they stand on. I just love that vignette. Makes me so happy. Let's swing over this way and have a look at my hutch, which is decorated on top with some greens and turquoise poinsettias, a merry and bright sign. And this year my hutch is where I placed my nativity scene for the season. Let's walk over here for a closer look. I felt like this place was a perfect way to display the Holy Family and the three kings. Aren't they spectacular? Baby Jesus, the angel, and a shepherd boy, along with a little golden book with the story of Christmas. And swinging over to this side of my dining space is a cubby with some of my mugs and creamers, especially, that had Christmas colors. I tried to include them. And then on this small cabinet is an enamel pitcher with more poinsettias. You got to have those poinsettias for that red, beautiful red Christmas color, don't you? Now back in this corner, I hung a string of white lights that I could hang from clear crystal ornaments, sparkly snowflakes, and more icicles to really make it look sparkly. All the way down. What do you think of that? It really makes that corner of the room sparkle and stand out. There's a wreath on my mirror and my 2 sconces. And that's all for my dining room. Are you ready to walk into the kitchen and library with me now? Here we go. Now friends, who remembers bubble lights from when they were little children? These remind me of my Aunt Loretta, who always had bubble lights on her tree, and I loved going over to visit her and watching them. So much fun as a child. Here's my salt and pepper Christmas collection on this little box that I had hung onto my wall there. And below is Santa sitting on a thrifted chair. And then, of course, coming over to this nice German cabinet is my gingerbread vignette with a few little gingerbread dolls. Aren't they darling? They're so much fun to have out for Christmas. Now, as I swing over here to my island, I have featured a couple of Christmas photos of my grandsons. There's Killian, he's the youngest. And this year, when I took Luke as he was just a baby to see Santa, of course he was afraid of Santa, so I got in the picture with him. That was so funny. Really makes me laugh and enjoy children. How about you? Children are the best at Christmas. Before we see the rest of the kitchen, would you like to see an overall view of my library? I really went all out with the lights this year. As a matter of fact, even swinging over here to the sink area in my kitchen, I have all of my mugs on display here for guests to come and pick when they want to have some hot apple cider or perhaps a hot cocoa. And you know, with all the fixins. Now back in this corner, I have a baking Santa. He's adorable, I think, in a little arrangement in the sort of to fill up this corner. And this is a vintage plate. It's a Norman Rockwell plate. I think it has the date on it, perhaps. Norman Rockwell Christmas. Oh, 1974, there it is. And on my stove, I have put up a display in this lovely 3-tiered tray. It's made by Spode, and it was a Christmas gift from one of my very good friends. So I've got some sweet treats there for guests. And then on this side is my coffee station, which, you know, you gotta have peppermint sticks for your coffee station, don't you? There's Santa on my fridge. And up on top, I have a North Pole bed and breakfast sign with more cardinals. They really go well with Christmas, don't they? And then, of course, there's my fridge coming down, looking into the living room. And let's swing around here. I'll try to go slowly for you and take some close-ups of my decor in the library. I did do a wreath for my back door, and I have a winking Santa right there in the center. Coming back, I have my 2 comfortable chairs. And guys, I wanted to get your opinion about this cover that I bought for my one recliner. You know, I don't like, and I've mentioned this before, recliners are not attractive in your home, but they're so comfortable. And of course, we need them to relax in and read. At least I do. And this green one I bought from Bed Bath & Beyond. It wasn't super expensive. It was about $45. It keeps its shape pretty well when people are sitting in the chair, and you can even put the foot part of the recliner down here up with the cover on it. And I just wanted to ask you what you thought about it. I am really liking it a lot, but I'll give you a close-up of what the fabric looks like. It has a little sort of embossed pattern on it. So I've gotten very favorable comments, and I've gotten other people that told me that it looked like a chair from an old folks home. And so I know I'm going to keep the one, but I was considering buying one for this chair. You can see the color is not very pretty on the chair itself. So give me a vote, yes or no, for this upholstery cover on the chair, and let me know what you think so that I can make a decision. I need a little help with that decision from you guys. And here we are on this little white cabinet that sits behind my chairs. And guys, I just love these little figures of Santa with the Christ child. To me, they really unite, you know, the fun part of Christmas with Santa, the make-believe, with the spiritual in Jesus being born this day. Up here on this thrifted shelf, I put a tin tray with my favorite poinsettias and a little strand of bells. And I did something different this year on the tree in my library. I made it into a kitchen tree. So what I did is I tried to use things I had, like some gingerbread little characters and some cupcake ornaments. Here's a cute little one of gingerbread people going into the oven. And then I used some of my wooden kitchen tools to turn into ornaments as well. Let's see where if I can find one. I used also teacups to hang from my teacup collection. And I'll stand back here and you can see that my tree actually rotates. You can turn the rotation off and on, which is really very nice. My daughter figured out the wiring. So the tree came with the ability, and it was from Walmart, not that expensive, friends, and it came with that ability to go ahead and rotate. And of course I have already done some present wrapping, and I've got things there ready to hand out to my family and my friends. I went ahead and did a large arrangement here next to the fireplace. And let's stand back for a look at my mantle. I found this Holy Family piece from, you won't believe it, but I found it at Lowe's, and it was not really wildly expensive. It's one by Jim Shore, if you like Jim Shore. I was surprised to find it there, but I sure did snatch it up very quickly. And those two red candlesticks are both thrifted. And friends, if you're looking for a good book to read to your children this Christmas, try this one by Tommy DiPaolo. It's called The Legend of the Poinsettia. It's really a great Christmas tale. Really fun to read at this time of year. And then of course a red lantern. And I'm using some gold beads and red puff balls, I guess you call them, on my mantle as well. And then down here on this side of the hearth, I used my homemade cloche with Santa and some bottle brush trees, more pink poinsettias and a pink doily, and a thrifted stool to place them on. Over here we can see another Santa. Now on my bookcases, I did change some things out, and I wanted to share with you especially. Of course, I love colored lights for the children. So what I did is remove the books from 2 of these center shelves so that I could go ahead and display some of my really fun thrifted pieces. Like these toy soldiers right here, making a candlestick. And then we have Santa, and of course Santa and Mrs. Claus mugs. And guys, I just adore these 3 little bears all dressed up for Christmas as well. And then on the second shelf, I bought this Mrs. Claus baking just like her husband Santa. This year I got it at Hobby Lobby with their 50% off. I have a Rudolph little golden book, and guys, I think these are some of my absolute favorite. These little Christmas mice, I adore them. And I was so lucky to find 2 of them thrifting. So to complete the set, I did buy 1 more on Etsy. And now I have all 3, so that makes me super happy. Next, on my table here, I have my vintage reproduction Santa tablecloth. Doesn't it look so 1940s? And I have this little snow globe with Santa in it. It looks very vintage, the style of it, I think. And coming around, of course, I'm burning candles for the lovely fragrance that we get. Now over here on my small bookcase that I made, well, sort of reconstructed from a thrifted cheap bookcase. You may have seen that video. I have another Santa with a flock tree that has lights on it. And then guys, this is a Santa. Let me see if I can get a picture of him without a glare. This is a Santa reading his list. And this I printed off just on regular computer paper and put it in a thrifted frame. I like it a lot. And then we can walk in, if you like, to my hallway. This door here goes out to my garage. And then right over here is, watch your eyes, it's gonna get bright. This is my powder room where I have some Christmas themed little gray towels, as well as my shelf all decorated up with another, you know, I love these little golden books. The biggest, most beautiful Christmas tree, perfect with all the little animals in the story. And then coming around here, you can see I put a garland up on my mirror, as well as a small wreath. And then more poinsettias, my favorite, above the toilet tank. And then I have some towels, paper towels for people to dry their hands. And then I have candy cane soap and lotion for my guests right there. And let's walk back out to the library. I forgot to mention earlier about my baskets on top of my cabinets, which I have decorated with greens and poinsettias again, like I did with my fall decor. And here's a last look at my kitchen. And here we are after dark enjoying the fire and all the beautiful lights of a Christmas tour. Friends, I really hope you enjoyed seeing my home this Christmas. I really hope your season is going beautifully and that you are blessed this year with your family and friends to celebrate the birth of our Savior Jesus. We can't forget him at this time of year, can we? So this is Mary saying goodbye for now and wishing you the happiest and holiest of holidays.